The election in Edo State has garnered a lot of support here and there. People are beginning to see a ray of hope in politics in Nigeria, as it wasn't expected. A lot of people felt that the election would be rigged, with the amount of Gođfadas that presented themselves in support of Pastor Izeyamo. But as you can see, somehow that was able to deal and hold them at their jugular veins. And what is it? All what they have amassed is not in Nigeria. Many of what they have amassed, their wealth, lies abroad. You find them in the United Kingdom, you find them in the United States of America. And America brought a ban, United Kingdom follows suit. It is not just about them traveling. Of course, they need to go there for their health. It is also about their properties that are there. And they know once there is a ban, it might affect their children also. And with this, there might be a possibility of these countries trying to expose them. Of course, they are going to make money out of them. They will expose them. So they quickly kept quiet and they relaxed and allowed this to go. Now, in this same vein, the Lagos State chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Akin Doherty, has congratulated Edo Governor Godwin Obaseki on his re-election. He praised him for kicking against Godfatherism in the state. In a statement released on Monday, Doherty advised Lagosians to take part in the forthcoming legislative polls to say no to Godfatherism and the continuous stronghold of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the national leader of the APC. The Lagos State East Senatorial District and Kosofe Constituency 2 House of Assembly by-elections will hold October 31st. Doherty said the PDP victory in Edo State proved that excesses of All Progressive Congress national leaders were a fluke and a mirage. These excesses, he said, can be suppressed by the collective decisions and cooperation of the good people of Lagos State. And also, they said, we remind all and sundry that our freedom from the clutches of the APC can only be realized if we come out to vote in our candidates. And they called one Mr. Babatunde Gbadamosi and Honorable Ademola Alibiosu on the platform of PDP. And they went on to say, once again, they congratulate the governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, and the entire people of Edo State on this historical national victory against the oppressors of good governance. Well, I am not someone who is partisan anyway, as I do not see any of them as people of integrity. It doesn't matter if the PDP, they are APC. After all, this present party, APC, is not created by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is actually the coming together of various criminals. That's what I want to call them. Various criminals coming together and, they kind of brought things together amongst themselves and they created it. They have NPDP, they call themselves the new PDP, still the same group of recycled leaders. And we have some from AC, all of them joined together, CPC or whatever it is. They all came together to create what we know today. And with it, we saw what they presented. They presented a man that they claim is a man of integrity, but has no integrity in him at all, as he has kept quiet to the murders, to the killings of people in Nigeria. People kind of try to relate it to the previous administration. I would not want to relate to previous administration. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan administration wasn't healthy. It was a total chaos, full and riddled with corruption. This one, corruption, but the money is being stolen from the back door and not from the front door like that of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. And aside that, nepotism and blood sucking. That is what, blood guzzling, that is what you have in this administration. So when you look at all of them together, I do not want to say PDP, APC, voting PDP. No, it's not about the party. The parties are the same. APC is not different from PDP, APGA, or any of those parties. They are all the same. The only problem is this. When they get in there, as individuals, they do not do what they are expected to do. They end up as terrorists. They end up as vampires. They end up as people without empathy. They just go in there, they serve their own pockets, their friends, their family, and not the people who got them in there. And over time, They've weaponized hunger, and people feel that they need to go out there and collect some stipends from them, some bag of rice, some packs of noodles and all of that, onions, and this is disgraceful, and this is not supposed to be. So when you look at all of this, you come together relate them together, you realize that there is a lot of work that even the citizens themselves need to do. A lot that the citizens need to do. Now, maybe because it is it is just the governorship election, that's why they lay low. If it was presidential election, there is no amount, and I tell you, no amount of the United States of America or any of those countries, no amount of threat will give that room to them. If it's presidential, it's always a do or die affair, as many of them do not even care to go to the abroad anymore. Once they have that thing, they might go to some of, if they are from the north of Nigeria, they might decide to go to some of those Arabian countries to get health care, but they know that they need Europe. They need to go to Europe for medical treatment. It's all about them and nothing more. So I don't know what your thoughts are as regards all of this. I understand that Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his family, they've taken over Lagos State. The Lagos State is in fact their own personal business. People have even said that we only had one governor, which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The rest of them, they are stooges. Once they don't do what the big man, the Godfather wants, they will be ousted out, just like Ambode was kicked out. They will not be allowed to stay in there. So it's more or less what the master, the Godfather wants, and that's it. I do not see any other thing there. You will never find anyone come in there and do what he needs to do as governor. They will not allow you the second term, the same way they decided to do with this man that found a way to kind of circumvent all of the odds that were placed in his path. And I hope that he himself, as he's being congratulated, he shouldn't start beginning to feel like he is more than what he is. You should understand that he's also a human, and he needs to really do what the people want, and not just try to act like a Superman there. That is my own thought. That's my own thinking about this. I don't know what yours is as regards all of this. So, Lagos State, do you think that APC, maybe you want to think along party line, do you think that one man has taken over Lagos State, sucking all of the resources from Lagos State in his own pocket, making sure that no other person gets in there to challenge him? What is the way out? How do you think Lagos State can be a place where everyone has a share, equal opportunity to serve? That is, if they're really coming there to serve. What do you think is the solution to Lagos State?